What's up, YouTube family and Browns fans everywhere? This is Cleveland football, and I'm your host, Terrence Hudson. All right. I won't be before you in any great length today. Won't be before you long. Ain't this what the preacher used? That's what they used to say when I was growing up. You go to church, that's what the preacher said. But you about to be there all day. You already know. But it's all right. Get some good word. But yeah, I ain't gonna be before you long. I just wanted to touch on this week. I didn't get a chance to get on here after Thursday night's game. I didn't get a chance to get on here Friday or Saturday or yesterday. But I'm hopping on today. We can still talk about this. But what a week. What a week in the NFL. The Cowboys won a game. Wow. The Panthers taking the Chiefs to the brink. And then we had the Bears and the Vikings. And then last night, Saquon Barkley went berserk on the Rams. Oh, I think he's still running. He's still, when I woke up this morning, they said Saquon was still running. They couldn't stop him from, he ran out the stadium. They said he ran to the airport. But yeah, Saquon went off last night. But the game of the week, we got to go back to our Browns Steelers right here in Cleveland Thursday night. What a game. Oh my. The Browns, we came out on top 24-19. It was back and forth, nip and tuck, especially in the waning moments in the fourth quarter. It went back and forth. And it was just one of those games where you thought we would have laid down, that we had every reason to lay down, looking at our record, looking at their record, looking at the pressure, looking at the conditions, but we kept coming back. And that's a testament to the will and the fight in those guys that are in the locker room. And it was one of the best wins that I've seen. I've heard still go, well, this is y'all Super Bowl, or, you know, hey, these are games you look back on 10, 20, even 30 years from now. Because look at the elements, the snow. This reminded me of old school football. You're not going to get this in the dome when you get a dome unless you go somewhere else to play. But not here in Cleveland, you get a dome, you're not going to get what you got last night. That snow coming down. And them guys, man, oh, Nick Chubb, 2 big runs, 2 big touchdown runs. Looking at Jerry Jeudy, the plays that he made down the stretch. Looking at, oh man, Jameis Winston, man, I'm so proud of this guy and what he's done since he's been in, and how he's carried himself and how he's played, especially in a Steelers game. Dropping back, 4th down, looking, then takes off, sacrificing his body. Reminded me of John Elway. I know John Elway was in the Super Bowl. He kind of did the helicopter spin, but Jameis did the back jump. Boom, took a hit and came down in the end zone. Man, I was so hyped. But that's something I'm gonna always remember. You know? So hats off to these guys for continuing to play despite the record. We could be a dangerous team. We are a dangerous team. Just keep putting it together each week. And then, man, Myles Garrett wrecked the game. 3 sacks in the first half, constant pressure. We was hitting Russell Wilson. Even on some of the passes that he was getting off, we was tagged on him. He was throwing it, just boom, he taking hits. So, hats off to the defense. And then these boys go try to fight after the game. George Pickens, man, I went back. I had to look at the review to see what was happening. And it looked like he was pulling Newsom's face mask, if I saw it correctly. And then Newsom maybe kind of pulled him back, and then his helmet ended up off. And everybody jumped him. I don't know who grabbed him. If it was security personnel, equipment guys, ball boys. They was all over. They jumped George Pickens. He got jumped by the staff. He was so bad. And from my understanding, he was talking about it was the weather conditions. This is football. It's gonna be weather conditions. This is football. What are you talking about? But that's a microcosm of what it's like when the Steelers play us, especially when they lose. There's always some crying, always some complaining going on. The referees did. I don't want to hear nothing by no referees. Especially with what we had to endure But just a Cleveland, a gritty Cleveland win. And then Myles Garrett, I never heard him talk like this before. He sounded like a guy that he felt some disrespect. He felt some disrespect of a defensive player of the year, the way he's been, I don't know, characterized or maybe being overlooked this year, considering how much he gets double teamed and chipped and triple teamed. He came at the end of he came out 3 sacks in the first half and just constant pressure. But at the end of the game, he said, I got respect for the guys over there. For me, I'm number one. I never heard him talk like that before. He said, look, this is me. This is me. I'm here. He said, I'm number one. So, hey, you talk it, you got to back it up. And he sure did back it up last week. So, hats off to the Browns. Coming down the stretch, who do we got this week? We got the Broncos. Yeah, payback from last year. So let's knock the Broncos out next week and then rack up another win. Then we do the dance again in Pittsburgh after that. But this is what I got for you this week. If you like, hit the like button. Be sure to share, be sure to comment, and be sure to subscribe.